Yo, yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction. What Kendrick's 5 Grammys actually mean for hip hop, man. Shout out Rap Philosophy for this article that I came across, and I thought it would be good to react to. This is Hip Hop Heist TV, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. And we're going to get right to it. Yeah, what Kendrick's 5 Grammys actually mean for hip-hop. So shout out to Rap Philosophy, and we're going to begin now.
Winning over and over and over, award after award, practically like metaphorically knocks out Drake and then gets on stage with a cast in his hand, right? Just the irony of it is just very interesting.
Okay, so the cast could mean, real talk, we know Kendrick showed up to the Grammys with the pro boxer taping, the hands wrapped, all that. Now it could symbolize a couple things. Like for me right now, I'm getting he put in all this work. Like they're taking the gloves off. He put in all this work. You know what I mean? And that's what it symbolizes. Or it could symbolize the opposite, where he's barely putting the gloves on and about to get to work. People were people were teasing the idea that there's another deluxe album to GNX, or there's another side to GNX album. When they saw the GNX car in the video had the red drape over it, so people are just hopeful for that. You know what I mean? Anytime Kendrick drops, it's going to be something epic. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to be quiet at this moment.
Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys last night. To some, that might sound like, figures. He won the rap battle. It's about Drake. But him winning those Grammys last night revealed much more about the future of hip-hop than I think we ever thought. Not only did we get 79-year-old Cher awarding Kendrick's Grammy to none other than
the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
And Luther Gangros.
Well, what was that? Yo, hey, Cher's a legend, but come on, bro. Luther Gangros? Who is Luther Gangros?
I think we ever thought. Not only did we get 79-year-old Cher awarding Kendrick's Grammy to none other than
the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
And Luther Gangros.
Kendrick Lamar.
We got plenty of subs to Drake, which had nothing to do with Kendrick, by none other than Noah Trevor. And a little more colorism shade thrown back at Kendrick, which we'll talk about later in this video. It does seem the universe continues to conspire against Drake in a strange way, as he continues to be embroiled with his own battle against UMG, claiming that they conspired against him, and also embroiled in his own lawsuits tied to the company's stake. But this is not really about Drake, and that's the part that I think sometimes goes unnoticed. This is more about the universe collaborating with Kendrick. People try to tie it to the rap battle because it was like, oh, of course he's going to win Not Like Us. But then he drops GNX and he wins for the best rap album. They say, oh, it was only because Not Like Us is about Drake. Well, let me tell you, Luther's not about Drake. It's the whole GNX album. He didn't even put Not Like Us on the album. So what did Kendrick win last night? 5 Grammys. 1, Record of the Year for Luther featuring SZA. I mean, come on. Who could have denied that? What an exceptional, beautiful, contemporary song that brings the essence of Luther Vandross. He won the Best Rap Album, GNX. What could beat that? That has come out. Best Rap Song, TV Off. Best Melodic Rap Performance, Luther. And Best Rap Performance, the feature that he did in the Chains and Whip song with the clips. And that was truly an extraordinary verse. What I found really interesting about Kendrick during this whole situation is his speeches, the way he gets on the mic, and every time he seems to win, it's not like a humbleness. It's more like pushing the light away from himself towards the culture. Like every time Kendrick gets on stage, he always brings light to others. Who does that?
It's an honor to be here, Tyler, the Clips. Like, these are my brothers to be in this category. What's up, Push, man? Malice, man.
He shouts out Tyler. It's cool, but like, why Tyler? He shouts out Tyler. He shouts out the clips during his Grammy win.
They granted us the privilege to do our version of it. We know how much him and Cheryl Lynn poured into that record.
And a lot of people soak up that moment. Like if you had a chance and he's the blood, sweat, and tears putting out music, and you had one moment on, well, Kendrick does have more than one moment, but practically one moment on stage, most people will just soak that up for themselves. Somehow Kendrick calls out other people and gives them light. Then he does something truly incredible.
Every time I tell you this, hip-hop is going to always be right here. We're going to be having our folks with us. We're going to be having the culture with us.
He says hip-hop is going to always be right here. Most people, when they would get on that limelight, they'll shift the attention away from hip-hop. We've seen it happen many times over. I mean, he could easily...
Well, that's what, to me, that's what separates the higher self from the lower self. Like, a lower self is gonna get up there and like, oh my God, I worked for this. I. But the higher being, the more mature is we as a collective, and that's what Kendrick does. Is grabs everybody and says us. They not like us. You know what I mean? Us, like we the people. Like, you get what I'm saying? So Kendrick is really good at that. To me, I believe when you give out the power to others, you get the power, you know, what is it, tenfold, sevenfold, you get the power back. Like, when you put light on these people, it puts more light on you. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's keep going. Shout out Rap Philosophy. Hit that like and subscribe. Boom.
Navigate himself towards the pop. I'm an artist. I'm not a rapper. But he continues to put his faith in the culture and give it back its own light. And that's something that is extraordinary that we don't find from majority of artists. Now, he says we're going to be having our suits with us, our folks with us, our culture with us. To God is the glory. These are the little elements that Kendrick infuses in hip hop that I think on the outskirts, it seems that some people don't see it. But that is the beauty that Kendrick is really bringing to hip hop. The speech about Luther, to me, was so moving. When he won, when Cher messed up that, I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was also a little bit ridiculous.
And the Grammy goes to... Oh, they told me it was going to be on the prompter. Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross.
But then she also gave the award to Luther Vandross, but also mispronounced his name. Now listen, she's old, I will give her an excuse. But the thing is, after that moment, when Kendrick and the team get back on, first of all, he praises and respects Luther, the late Luther Vandross. And that's something that's incredible, right? Because a lot of people might not give credit to what you sampled.
Luther Vandross. This is special for me, I got to tell you. It's one of my favorite artists of all time.
But he goes on to give the explanation that the Luther song is really Luther Vandross, and his music was a foundation to the song.
When we got that clearance, I promise you, we damn near all dropped a tear.
He reveals that they all shed a tear when they found out that they had clearance to build on top of that song.
You know, they said no cursing though. Can't curse on it. And we say, you know what? We're going to do just that. No cursing, and we're going to make sure that this song represents love.
Kendrick says, so be it. And he mentions that they felt just as worthy as the power and the essence of Luther Vandross himself by being chosen to be able to pick up after that song. And then, even with Kendrick's...
See, I love how he takes... just being able to get that cleared so that you can build on that record and make it your own or add your sauce to it. Like he said, damn near shed a tear. Like that's how deep that Kendrick take this you know, the history of music and the history of the legends. Because you know, you hear a lot of like records these days where the kids are rapping on them and they're old school beats, but they're just garbage. They're rapping about garbage. And Kendrick, he don't do that. He'll take this record and he made it about love and made it modern sound. Like, I don't know, man. Kendrick got something in his DNA to where he's tapped into both sides, tapped into what they do, what like the frequency is, what the old like, what the young like. Like, you get what I'm saying? What the new generations are feeling with the hits and the, you know, the drops and the cadences, like the rhyme flows. He could do all that over some old school beat and make it about the culture. Like, that's powerful. That's powerful, man. So let's keep going though. Oh shit, my shit got stuck. All right, let's keep going, man. Hit that like and subscribe.
Beautiful speech and words towards the culture and hip hop and Luther Vandross. SZA gets on. What I find pretty interesting about SZA is that she seems to also be way more humble than is needed.
I just want to say thank you to Kendrick for lifting me up. I just am a small part of this record.
She kind of like speaks from a distance, and I kind of want to be like, yo, SZA, get on that mic, girl. Like, you deserve it. Get in front of that mic and speak. But she gives like the, you know, I want to thank Kendrick for putting me on, and she goes on to say some pretty amazing words.
But what I really wanted to say is, please don't fall into despair. I know that right now is a scary time. All is lost. There's been world wars, there's been plagues, and we have gone on.
Despite the fear that people are living in the U.S. and all this, and despite potential backlash that she could get, she tells people don't despair of everything that's going on in the U.S.
We can go on. We need each other. We need to trust each other and trust ourselves, trust your heart. We're not governed by the government. We're governed by God. And I thank you so much. So God.
And she says, we are not governed by the government. We are governed by God.
I think being around Kendrick too will do that to you. Like, that could be who you are as a person, but I think Kendrick really got that effect on everyone around him. Like, even, I mean, we seen Lefty Gunplay. When Lefty Gunplay got on that microphone to accept the Grammy for TV Off, I was so surprised at how bro carried himself. You know, and that's something that Kendrick had an influence on. Kendrick definitely had an effect on. I think, yeah, Lefty even said it. He said, thank you for Kendrick Lamar. He taught me how to be humble and put on for his race. You know, put on and come together. Like, that's the effect that Kendrick got on the culture and on these people around him. So when you see SZA, just, you know, that's part of a Kendrick influence. Now, don't get me wrong, SZA got that peace in her heart. She always, you know, she's been searching for healing since she began. Like, and I feel like she's found that balance, you know, and that's what you can hear it in her words when she's on that microphone. For that little moment at the Grammys, like, she's like, let's come together, man. Do not listen to external, like, it's all internal, all that good stuff. So shout out SZA and Kendrick, for real.
It's off the mic. The ability for like an artist like Kendrick and SZA to be able to speak their truth is something that is so beautiful and empowering, I think, to all of us, because it shows that you can be on such a pedestal but still be able to hold true to your ideologies and your beliefs. One thing funny was that, I don't know if it was funny, but people noticed that Kendrick had a cast. I actually didn't notice the first time, but he had a cast on his hand. And when he got up, I think at one time they were playing Squabble Up. So it was just funny just to see of Kendrick knocking Drake out in the rap battle, winning over and over and over, and then gets on stage with a cast in his hand, right? Just the irony of it is just very interesting. Trevor Noah gets on, walks all the way to Kendrick, says to him some interesting words.
That is all I'm gonna say. Congratulations. I actually thought about writing a few jokes, roasting you, but then I remembered what you can do to light-skinned dudes from other countries. Yeah, me and my delegation are still recovering from the pain.
I actually thought about writing a few jokes roasting you, but then I remembered what you could do to light-skinned dudes from other countries. Me and my delegation are still recovering from the pain. People laugh. One thing I noticed from my perspective is that it looked to me like Kendrick was a little uncomfortable. I don't think he enjoyed laughing at that joke, but obviously he had no choice. He's in a room, people are laughing. While Trevor makes a funny remark, he also introduces something subtle that Drake also brought into the rap battle, which was this concept of colorism. And not to go deep into this colorism thing, but this is something that deeply affects black, brown communities globally. And Drake brought up colorism in the rap battle, which I also felt super uncomfortable with. And he said, if y'all remember, I guess it was in Family Matters, our son should go play at the park. 2 light-skinned kids, that shit would be cute. Unless you don't want to be seen with anyone that isn't blacker than you. Drake goes on to play a lot of, and I already addressed a lot of this in some of my breakdowns. The irony is that Trevor Noah also brings up this colorism. So I think that Kendrick, deep down, I don't claim to know what Kendrick truly believes or whatever, but I do feel that I don't think that Kendrick intended any colorism or any issue like that to be a part of this rap battle. It was about integrity, and it was about mano a mano, like me versus you. And the people who brought up the colorism, ironically, are both not from this country. So Trevor Noah also not being from the US. And spinning everything into colorism only, to me, just shows security of those people, because the impact of his songs transcended anything in relation to colorism. Right. One thing that I think is truly incredible that I think we miss, and that this win from Kendrick, what it does for hip hop, is one, it turns out that he now outperforms Jay-Z in Grammys. So whereas Jay-Z won reportedly 25 Grammys, Kendrick now has 27 as of this video. And why that matters, now Kendrick is truly the best. Now there's no debate. But clearly, of course, music is subjective and always will be, and people have a right to like who they like and like certain music and dislike certain music. But now, subjectively, at least from the culture and also the formality, Kendrick is truly the best. And no one can take that away from him. And the fact that Kendrick has won 27 Grammys and now is literally in hip hop the person, the rapper, the artist with the most Grammys.
That's crazy, man. Nah, shout out to K-Dot, man. He really that guy. Fast forward, all these years, bro, Kendrick got the most Grammys out of every hip-hop rapper, every rap artist, past Jay-Z. Like, come on, man. That's major, bro. I love that.
That this moment in time will be marked forever. And that what Kendrick brought to hip hop in that rap battle and now is something that we can never forget. And it lays down a line along the sand that people will have to decide which side they will want to be on. Right. It's almost like from the US, Civil War, Revolutionary War in the US. Like, these are things that can never be misunderstood or can never be forgotten. And now things change. It's not that you don't have to be from this area. It's not that you don't have to be from the culture, but you have to understand it enough to show that you respect the fans enough to truly understand their world. And if you don't understand the culture, and if you don't understand the world of the people that you're making music for, then you are just gonna be outed. For that, I just want to say, it's a beauty to see Kendrick Lamar win all those rap Grammys, and this is going to be.
All right, man. Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to rap philosophy. Shout out to Kendrick. Yeah, man. This Hip Hop Heist TV, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. I just think it's beautiful what Kendrick has done in his career and is doing. I can't wait for what comes next. And yeah, man, we're here to react to it all. So this Hip Hop Heist TV, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. I appreciate y'all following along. If you got to this point with me, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and go get them merches that we got under the video, also in our channel store tab. And we bringing more out. We unveiling more drops as the days unfold. So yeah, man. Be happy, be healthy, do what you got to do to survive, like Pac said, but also, man, be of service. Help somebody out today. I feel like that's why we really here on this earth, is to be of service, man. Help your neighbor, help yourself, help your family, and help a stranger, bro. You just never know. You know what I mean? So open them doors, and yeah, man, keep peace in your heart. But with that being said, man, we out. Peace.